All right, fuck it, we live.
All right. So, want me to start it off?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Steven here with Afaya, aka Duels. Sorry, Duels, aka Afaya. This is figured out. Episode 3. Today we're talking about bad parenting. You know, I every once in a while, I used to think about it every once in a while because I'd see an example of it, but the last 5 years while I was working in casinos, I didn't really have to deal with kids too much. But now that I work at Ross and I see parents letting their kids run wild in the store and stuff like that, and like just wreak havoc in the store, playing tag and hide and seek and destroying toys and whatnot, and parents don't do anything about it until I actually say something to the kid. And then all of a sudden that's when the parent decides to speak up. It's like I'm not my job isn't to babysit your children while they're here in the store. I'm here to make sure people aren't.
Your job is to babysit the parent to
Seems that way. Yeah, it's irritating. Um yeah, stuff like that. Or I see parents lose their kids all the time. Like 2, 3, 4-year-olds run around the store and they should be in a cart, or something, supervised the whole time. They don't do that. And then they come panicking to me when they lose their kid, and it's my responsibility to go find them.
It's like, what were you doing in the first place?
Oh man. And then I don't know. I hear a lot about. I've seen examples of it too, but like these parents that have 3, 4, or 5 kids just so that they can qualify for Section 8 and EBT and all that stuff. Kids not supposed to be a paycheck to you.
Man, that's like an epidemic. As we see, more and more.
All these programs were set up to help people that actually needed it, but then
and to get out,
these other people came forward and they're like, how bad of a situation do I have to be in to qualify for free money from the government? Like,
well,
that's what it takes.
It should be a stepping stool, to help you get out of there, rather than having kids to get in there. It's kind of going backwards,
It's fucked up. Yeah, it's not. It's not how it's supposed to work. But, oh man, it's like I don't know. It's hard for me too because I don't picture myself having any of my own kids. I feel like we might have had this discussion a little bit before. I feel like if I ever was in a position where I could actually, raise a child, responsibly, I'd probably adopt a kid, contributing to our overpopulation.
Oh, you and your overpopulation. You need to quit. More people is a good thing. We need someone to, invent the invention for the overpopulation problem. So we need to have more babies to have that baby who's gonna invent that. Don't you see?
Well, we're just gonna colonize Mars.
I hope not, man. We can't even get this planet right. Don't give us another one.
I've thought about it before. Like, if I had the opportunity to help out with, going to Mars and setting shit up out there, I might be interested. That sounds. That sounds.
I had this talk with a friend before, and I was saying I would totally be a Voyager and to go set off and and it if like I didn't like want to be here. You just feel like so lonely. You know what I mean? Like I was thinking, like, all right, if if I didn't have like a lady, then all right, then shoot me out anywhere. Like, what is it matter? But like, you know what I mean?
So
When you actually have like family and friends here, then it's like,
we do have family and friends.
I mean, it's like even if the world were to like be completely destroyed tomorrow, at least at least my family would be here. We'd all go together.
If I was out on Mars and things went to shit, I'd be like, well, at least my family and friends are safe on Earth.
Well, how do you think people on Mars would parent their children?
I'm sure they won't be getting EBT and Section 8 out there. That just add to the responsibility. I think every time you have a kid, that's one of those situations where it's like, oh, it takes a village.
I love that saying. It's literally true. It really does take a village.
No, it takes two good parents. They care about their child. Seen plenty of
coming from a single mother, I see the side of like the community having to step in when needed. You know what I mean? Like my mom.
Well, my dad was a single parent from the time I was 12 on, and I thought he did a good job. And yeah, there were times where he needed help, but I mean, he did most of it on his own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could do a lot, and like, there's parents who like, go over the moon and back for their kids or whatnot. But
Mhm.
you still need that community help, that community outreach, a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think about it too, and I don't think this is like something new either. I think this has been going on for a long time. Like I look back to my childhood and I think about some of the houses where like when I go visit some of my friends and their parents didn't care as much as mine did, and we just kind of did whatever the hell we wanted, and it was fun for us, but that's not good parenting.
Yeah, it doesn't work for everyone or hold up. There's that there's a tipping point maybe.
Perhaps. And then there's, I mean, some of these kids that I knew growing up, I think they were just fucked from the get go. Like something was wrong with them mentally. They were not stable, and the parents might have just not known how to handle the situation anymore and just kind of gave up.
Gave up.
I don't know what to do with this kid. He's crazy.
This one's got too many screws. It's a lost cause. Yo, quit talking about me, Steven.
Like what was that movie? Was it The Omen, where that the kid was like the spawn of Satan or something? I met a couple of those kids when I was a child. I was like, oh, stay away from that one. He's gonna be a serial killer.
You just knew. You're like, yo, that kid's he's chopping some bodies up.
And then you notice, like, as you get older, all those kids like kind of get weeded out, and you're just like, whatever happened to that kid? They're in independent studies now. They're in some sort of special needs program or something. They're not part of the normal school society anymore.
Well, do you think a lot of like we address like obviously single parent households are on the rise, but then also even with households with two, don't you think there's just like a discipline problem and that like structure of
It's hard nowadays with with what's okay and what's not, because I mean so many almost every day at Ross I see some kid act up and I'm like, I would have gotten smacked if that was me,
right.
when I was his age.
Yeah, because we're just at the older point of the millennials, like we're like we have that threshold, like we still got beat as kids, you know what I mean? Like
I was usually spanked, but there's a few times where I got smacked upside the head and I deserved it. I had that coming. And I knew it was coming when I did it. When I fucked up and I got smacked, I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
Yo, Reza, one of the all-time funniest like ass whoopings I ever seen was my cousin, right? This little nigga was like doing jukes, like to the left, to the right, jumping over tables, dodging around sofas and stuff. Did all these freaking football moves that makes a break. Boom, he's dashing to the door. He takes one last look behind to see if his dad
Oh no!
catching him. Boom, runs straight into the fucking door.
Oh.
And then he knocked himself out and then still got his ass whooped. All of us were dying laughing. Like we love our cousin, but like that shit was the funniest shit I ever seen.
That would be hilarious.
That was a trophy winning ass whooping.
I used to hear stories from my dad's side of the family when they were kids. They get spanked with like a wooden spoon or something like that, one of the big wooden spoons for like stirring spaghetti or something. And I forget which one of my uncles did it, but he put like a metal pot down the back of his pants because he knew he was about to get spanked.
My little brother tried that one.
Bang, bang, bang.
Except with bugs. He used to hide bugs in his hands. Of course he got caught, because
Makes a different sound.
Like, what the fuck is this? He's got a square ass, little nigga looking like SpongeBob SquarePants, like.
Oh yeah, kids are supposed to act up, and they're going to, and then parents are supposed to get them back in line afterwards. Yeah. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing the part where they.
Yeah, now they're just like, oh, it's all right, honey, everything's okay. It's like, no, not everything's okay.
I had this kid the other day. He took like a little toy that was part, like it wasn't expensive or anything. Like it was some cheap little toy that wasn't even in the package anymore, but it belonged to us. It was went with a set of toys that was supposed to be sold in a set, and he was walking around playing with it, and I asked his parents to give it back to us because he was gonna walk out the door with it. And the kid threw a hissy fit. The parents they just shrugged their shoulders, like I don't know what to do. Sorry. Like, what, you just gonna let your kid run shit here? Is that what's going on? What happens at home?
Same thing, of course.
Who calls the shots? And this kid's only like 4 or 5 years old. Like, what's gonna happen when he gets older?
If he's calling the shots like that in public, he's definitely calling the shots when they get.
At that point, I was like, I know I'm not getting the toy back because these parents, they just don't have the balls to get it back. I had another one where they're like, he starts crying every time I take it. Could you take it? So I had to be the asshole. He snatched the kid's hand.
Oh no.
Kid started crying so hard.
You're ruthless, Steven.
I was like,
you gave him the shrug. You're like, hey.
Parents gave me permission. I'm sorry. It doesn't belong to you.
Oh my goodness. the kid who threw the hissy fit and the parents wouldn't do anything. What happened with that one?
I just let it go.
You just let the kid walk out with it. You're like,
I don't get paid enough for that shit.
yeah, right.
I'm not even allowed to accuse people of stealing, so I can't just go around snatching shit out of people's hands.
Wait, I thought don't you do security over there though?
Well, I'm loss prevention, but we don't really have any rights. I can watch somebody pocket stuff, and as they're walking out the door, I still gotta be like, all right, have a nice day.
Wait, so like if you see someone stealing something, you're not allowed to be like, hey,
just report it. I get on the radio and I let everybody else know, like, hey, this guy's stealing. I gotta report afterwards.
Also, then like you call it in, and then they call the cops, or what?
I gotta go get all the videos on the security cameras, and then they send in a report to the police. The police station will send an officer over, pick up the videos. But like they'll download it onto a CD for them, and they'll give them the CDs so they can go over the video themselves, try to get an ID on the person or whatever. But I think as far as I know, I can only think of one person that's stolen from us that actually got arrested. That I know of. But yeah, most of them are bums. They're all homeless people that are usually getting caught stealing from us. So kind of hard to find.
Yeah. So they're just like, well, yeah, we'll let them go. Oh, I see what you're saying. So like the people who they actually caught, like they had like like an ID and stuff.
Yeah, they as far as I know, I can only think of for sure one person that's stolen from us that I know of that actually got arrested for it later on, and we had some of our merchandise returned to us. But yeah, usually there's not much they can do. Sometimes the same person who stole from us before, that we know stole from us, we have video of them stealing from us. They'll come back in and we can report it to the mall security because we're connected to the mall here in Yuba City. And mall security can actually apprehend people. And so if we can get them over fast enough, they can go apprehend the person. And that's actually how the one person that I know of got arrested. So mall security got him first, and then police took him, and we got our shit back. So other than that, it's pretty much if you steal from Ross, you're gonna get away with it. And I've known that since back when I was in high school, middle school, and we were going around stealing stuff from stores just to one up each other and who could steal the most expensive shit.
Right, I remember those days.
Yeah, I had so many of those stupid belt buckles, like big ass.
Like I stuffed three shirts in my shirt. That's it, man. Man, I would put a jacket on it and stuff like 10 of those things down.
We were taking stuff. We had this spot at Best Buy. I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
I know, right?
This was like 15 years ago now. Good luck. But yeah, we had a blind spot in Best Buy where we got some of the MP3 players, and it was cool to have all the different MP3 players. And that stuff was cool. But yeah, and then sunglasses. I had a bunch of sunglasses. I hardly ever wore sunglasses, but I like to take expensive pairs of sunglasses, like Arnett's and Kenneth Coles and Aviators and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember Aviators was the hot.
I never even wore Aviators. They were worth over $100, so I was like, give me a pair of those.
So tying it all back in.
I know we kind of went off.
Bad parents wear Aviators. That's the moral to the story.
I wasn't a perfect child. My parents tried hard. Okay, they did a good job of, you know, trying to discipline me. They put, yeah, I give them an A for effort at
Yeah,
least.
it's about that kind, right? Yeah, it's like at least they tried.
They never gave up on me.
Yeah. There's other parents out here, like you could tell they don't give a fuck. Like they out here still drunk in the club. Like
I met a lot of those when I was working in casinos, though. I knew a lot of single parents, and they were all partying, meeting different guys or girls depending on their gender or sexual orientation, you know, doing whatever the fuck they wanted. I'm like, don't you have kids at home? What are you doing out
and
here drinking with us on a Tuesday when you got kids at home?
they gotta let loose sometimes, Steven. Come on now.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, like kids asleep anyways. What difference does it make if I'm home or not? When they have a nightmare and it's your babysitter trying to comfort them, how, you know, what's that going to do to them when they're older? Wind up with abandonment issues or something.
Yeah, just like the Louis C.K. show. You know, just a
you my
general
dad?
sense of
Are you my dad?
wrong inside. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Children are not paychecks, and they're not like, you know, pets to be like, oh, look how cute he is. No, that's a lifelong responsibility right there that you're looking at. There's nothing cute about it. That's
Well,
work.
they are cute, but that's only so that you know.
You.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I was gonna say, see, you don't kill, but then then there's people that still do that. So
I hate when people show me their baby pictures. They're like, "Oh, look at this and cute." I'm like,
well, no,
I
it's just
guess. I say yes to be nice.
if you're gonna be a bad parent, then you should just get a puppy. If you just want something for it to be cute.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, puppies are perfect for that.
And then because puppies I think can deal better with abandonment issues.
You can go out and party and leave your puppy at home, and
Yeah.
nobody's gonna judge you for that. You're leaving your kids at home. I mean, maybe here and there once in a while that's cool. My parents still went out sometimes, had date nights and whatnot. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're going out several nights,
date night. No. But here's the difference of what I was talking about. Date night is a big getting drunk every night.
yeah, oh, definitely, yeah. And as a person who used to get drunk every night, even if you don't have kids, that's not a good idea. Don't do that. You gotta be
So that's not even kosher when you're single, is what you're saying.
I don't recommend it.
Mm.
It'll go to your head at some point. It'll fuck with your head eventually.
That was a good one. Go to your head. I'll take one of that.
Yeah, it's not how I meant it. I meant you start thinking differently. You start, finding ways in your mind to make it okay to have another drink the next night and another one. When maybe you should take a break here and there, be sober for a while, and then go and drink again.
Well, I'm very proud of you for not being a lush or a bad parent yet.
Yeah, I haven't given myself the opportunity to be a bad parent yet. So.
Hey, man, there's always tomorrow, so they say.
Oh man, I had a girl the other day, a new coworker. cute chick. I think she was flirting with me. One of the first things she told me, which was an immediate like made me think twice about trying to get her number. She was like, I just met you, but I feel like you would make a really good father. And I was like,
No, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. No,
mean, I
well,
know
it could well, actually
make it a compliment, but where is she going? Is she trying to have my kids already? Is that where her mind is at?
Yeah, well, it could be one
about having my baby 5 minutes into meeting her.
No, it could be
like that.
But one of the things is good. It could be like, she's a real cute, good girl, and she's looking for a guy to mate with, like long term, like, like
she's
actually.
Like, God, the clock is ticking. I gotta find the right guy. We're out of time. I'm 20 years old.
That's the same shit. It could be like, hey, I just want to, I want to pop some babies out. Hey, you look like you'd support my children, like, right? So.
I met a lot of single moms over the past few years, especially back to working in the casinos. I was meeting a lot of single moms out there.
Well, that's where they all go.
And it made me wonder if I don't know if these women do it on purpose, or if like they just want to have a kid and then go and just raise the kid on their own and just kick the dad out as soon as they turn into assholes or whatever, or they're not getting along anymore. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna take care of the kid myself, or what? I don't know what's going on there, but it was baffling how many single moms I was meeting working in the casino industry. But maybe it's just the industry that brings that. I don't know. It's kind of a.
But it's like, so I heard
partiers in the casino industry, so it could have something to do with it. But it's hard to say where the blame should begin. I don't know. Could be the lifestyle. Or maybe, like I said, these women just want to have kids, whether or not the dad's going to stick around. And they're like, no, I don't care. I just want a child.
What's the, like, can you give me like 5 like worst parenting things, either that you've seen or that you just thought about?
One of the ones that really bugs me is like now working at Ross, I've had parents say like the kids will be acting up and the parents will point to me and be like, he's gonna get you if you keep doing that. And I'm like, no, I'm not. It's not my responsibility to make sure your child does acts right. It's your responsibility. Don't put it on me. All right, I'm here to make sure that nobody steals anything. Our responsibility is
no, that's not your
property.
That's not your responsibility. Because you still let them.
Don't put that on me.
Your job is to call them to let them know someone's stealing something.
Right. Yeah, I don't actually stop them from stealing it. I just report it when I notice it. And tell them to have a nice day.
That's so
funny. Like when your kid starts breaking into our toys and I notice them, then I gotta say something. But I'm not gonna arrest your kid or anything like that. And yeah, they'll call me they'll be like, oh yeah, the police officer, he's gonna get you. And the kids get scared. I'm like, I'm not gonna get you, kid. Right in front of the parents too. I don't give a shit. Your parents are lying to you. Santa Claus is real. I'm just kidding. I don't say that.
Wait, you say Santa Claus is real? Wait, what?
I start calling the parents out on all their lies right off the bat. The Easter Bunny's not real. Santa Claus isn't real.
Oh, man.
Your parents are lying to you. I'm not going to arrest you. Fine. Another example. I mean, other than the ones that I just brought up, or I brought up at the beginning. Hmm. Let's see. Oh, how about this? Working at McDonald's. I had a parent come in at midnight, right as we were closing. I told him we were closed, and this dad threw a hissy fit. He
The
was
dad did?
pissed. Yeah, he just went nuts. He's like, I just got off work. It's 11:59, not 12. You guys close at 12. Um, he's like, I promised my kid I'd bring him a Happy Meal tonight. I'm thinking like, dude, it's midnight. You're gonna bring your kid McDonald's. He orders him, a soda, bunch of sugar.
Yes.
Uh, and he's telling himself, he's like, I'm being a good parent because I told him I was gonna bring him McDonald's even if it's midnight and your kid should be asleep and not eating McDonald's. I had another one at McDonald's. The kid, he comes in, he's going through the drive-through and he says his kid can't sleep. He's buying the kid a Happy Meal. uh he's got the toy. He's getting them same thing, soda. I'm like, we sell milk too, that would probably help knock him out. He's like, hey, that's a good idea. And I was like, you want me to switch the order? I can put milk in instead of soda. He's like, nah, just keep it a soda. You just said it was a good idea. I'm trying to help you. Stop poisoning your children. Sugar's bad. It causes inflammation. That's what makes these crazy mood swings in kids. They start acting out because of it.
She often gives herself good advice, but she seldom ever takes it. Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I'm guilty of the same thing. I can give great advice, but I don't listen for
shit. Yeah, man. Why would I know I got good advice to not listen to.
I like to make my life as hard as possible sometimes. I don't know why I do it to myself, but
yeah, it's like
I know the easy road is this way. I'm gonna go that way.
Yeah, it's like let's get weird with it.
I trying not to do that now. I've dug myself too deep of a hole, and now I gotta get my shit together, get my credit right, get another car. Act like an adult.
Yeah, it's always harder to dig yourself out of the grave. I don't know why that is.
It's part of the fun too, though. Assuming you don't dig yourself too deep of a hole.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, right? When you actually start listening to your own good advice, it's like, whoa.
Well, I'll see it like when I start doing the right things and act responsible for a couple months. All of a sudden, I got money in my savings account. Whoa! Hey, my credit score's going up. What the fuck? Hey, I can buy a car now. No way! I don't even need a co-signer anymore. And then I get complacent, and next thing you know,
yeah, you're like, hey, things are going too good. I gotta fuck it up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Right now I'm at a point where I gotta go. I gotta work my way back up and get my shit together. But the goal is this time to not dig myself another hole once I get out of this one.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, we know the right spiritual path. Like, even if we're like real it's deep back there somewhere. But then and the more you're on it, the more obvious it is. It's like, oh yeah, I'm doing the right thing. Things are working. Mm-hmm. And then but then there's always still that little devil on the other side. It's just like, nah, man. You don't like this.
It is, and it's so much easier to do the wrong things sometimes too. That's the easy route is to go and.
Yeah, it's always easier to tear down than to build up.
For sure. Yeah, I'm guilty of it, and I think looking back on it now, I've been clear-headed for a while now. I like to look back and reflect on stuff like that.
Mm.
And I think I've just been super rebellious, like since being a young teenager. Even I just
Mhm.
finding ways to get away with doing something wrong was
It's like a rush, huh?
yeah. I get a kick out of it, and but now like as an adult, I can't act like that anymore, and I'm
And
I shouldn't
and you
it shouldn't have taken till I was 30 years old to realize that. But it
right,
did
right.
because I had my head up my ass just out partying throughout my whole 20s, just not caring. I
Hey,
every time I had some money, I
I
was
was
spending
there with
like
you,
I was
like
I,
literally. Though.
what's that?
I said I was there with you, like literally though.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was only the beginning. I kept going through my whole 20s doing all that stuff.
Yeah, you
I
and me
mean,
both,
yeah,
bro.
I mean, we were still friends, but like we weren't. It wasn't like it was when we were going to school together and stuff like that. We were wreaking all kinds of havoc back then.
Yeah, man. But the other thing too is it's weird. Like the more you start to like recognize it, the more you kind of just like lose taste for those things. You know, if you choose to recognize it, you know, you could
Yeah,
go and be
well,
like, nah, I wasn't fucking up. But you know, if you like recognize it, you're like, I don't know, because
mm,
like it's like, do I really want to give myself all that trouble? I've still got to deal with all the stuff that I already, you know, I got backlogs of troubles, you know what I mean? Like,
mm,
do I really want to add to that?
yeah.
It's too much a hassle now to do the wrong thing.
Well, yeah. I'm at a point now where I've burned too many bridges to be fucking around like that either. Running out of bridges, man. I can't be acting like
build, build
that
bridges, not walls, Steven. Whatever that means.
anymore. Oh yeah. Yeah, but like I think too. There's some realization where like I used to make fun. I used to like talk shit about trashy people and and bums and people that just didn't do shit with their lives and gave up on life and whatnot. And I realized that I was heading in that direction, and uh, I was I was like, I'm not much better than them. Other than that, I still have a roof over my head. But like, if I keep
Yeah,
going the way I'm going, I'm not gonna be able to even accomplish that anymore. Like,
yeah,
so,
we're all the same, you know. We're all the same. People are just people.
mm,
And it's like, yeah. I mean, and sometimes it's as little as like, you know, one wrong turn. You know, some of
mm,
those guys on the street, sometimes it's just like once. I mean, how many wrong turns have we got, you know?
I yeah, and it's not like two wrongs make a right in these situations. You're just getting wronger and wronger.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah. No. Like I'm at a point where I wanna like it intrigues me to be a responsible adult. That sounds like that seems like the challenge now. Not
yeah, it's
what
like a cool challenge too. It's like, ooh.